right, I'm actually going to do this live because we're going to see what actually happens here. I'm going to try the Leap controller again, but this time I'm going to just use, well, first of all, I'm going to try it on the Android as well as a human, but I'm also going to use just the finger and hand mode since I had such disastrous results with it in using the arm mode or forearm mode. So anyway, so here we go. So we have an Android here, and the Android comes in with the not in a T pose. So I'm going to modify this here, this character, so he's in a very similar relaxed position, although his arms aren't really relaxed there. But I'm going to kind of put him in a similar pose. Maybe bring his arms a little bit forward, maybe just a little bit. I don't want to rotate him that way. Bring him a little bit like that. So he's a little bit like that. Even his hands aren't relaxed though, and maybe that's the problem. Like I say, I'm all doing this live. Maybe the Android works because the hands are relaxed to begin with, but I don't know. I just know that I haven't had good results at all with with doing it with the human. So let's see. So here we go. We're bringing those two characters in here. I'm going to come down here to, actually I'm going to select the Android first and go down to Motion Live. Oh, I should bring up this too to show you. So my Leap Motion controller always shows this, shows everything's good. It's all good. This part's good. And the visualizer is good. You know, when I bring up the visualizer, let me get rid of this and bring this in here. So you'll see, here's my hands. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see my hands here. So you see, hands track really well. They're fine, and as well as they should track. I mean, I wouldn't expect them not to track when my hands are in the right place to track. Fingers track well. The Leap Motion controller works just fine. That's not the problem. Okay, so you can see that. So I'll minimize that just to have it. So now we've got live going on here. So we're gonna go the hand. Faceware I still can't get working no matter what I do. And no, I don't use this one. I use the Faceware Live, but this one just won't connect even though I have Faceware. That's a whole other problem. We'll worry about that later. So this one connects, okay. So now I'm gonna connect to the dummy guy here. I'm gonna connect him here, Leap Motion controller, okay. And that's the forearm. So we'll start with that. We'll see if the forearm actually works that way. So we'll go to preview, a tab there, and now we'll see. Do the forearms work properly here? Well, let's see. I'm kind of moving it, you know, and actually they look a whole lot better. All right, let me get this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing here. Let me move this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here and move to where? Okay, now I got the hands back in the picture. Okay. Yeah, see, so actually, yeah, see, so they do look better. So it may be an issue with the starting dummy instead of using, although I still see this one forearm isn't moving very well. Now see, that's still a problem. My two forearms, here I'll show you. Let me bring this back in here. I don't know that there's any way to, yeah, there's a way to small. So my two forearms here, see, are positioned right next to each other, and I'm moving them exactly the same. But you notice they don't move exactly the same over on that side. So if I spread them apart, see the forearms, you know, they sort of come up, but the one forearm, I'm moving them exactly in the same position, and you can notice that they aren't acting the same. And now they're positioned down, but that isn't positioned down, which is why I don't know. It's just kind of poor. I think the finger and hand movements probably are okay. I just think that you can't get forearm movements working very well. Yeah, the forearms they certainly don't work the way that they show in the demo. And even the fingers. Now, here's my fingers outstretched. And if you look at the right hand, it's not too bad, but the left hand looks weird. Now the fingers are bent backwards in my left hand. I actually have to exaggerately bend them inward. I don't know. But still, I think the fingers track okay, and I think the hands work okay. The forearms are a mess. Now, just for fun, let's attach it to the other guy and see if, because you're supposed to be able to do this at the same time. So now, well, except now we have to move these so you can see them both. Yeah, see. So now my forearms, yeah, they're both in there. I don't know why this particular hand here is all bent backwards. See that? The forearms are not bent that way. So if I'm doing something wrong, I don't know what it is, because that's not the way the forearms are. Again, let me put the visualizer over here so you can see this. The forearms are here. They're not rotated around. Why? So this arm's okay, right? Can move it up and down, sort of. Or move it. This one is a mess. It's twisted upside down. So how do I get that fixed? All right, so it still may be user error, but if it's user error, then this is really, really hard to use. This certainly isn't as easy as it should be. So there you go again. Weird, weird, weird stuff. So I don't know how useful this would actually be. I think maybe it would be useful for one hand doing gestures. I think that's good. So you can get some really nice gestures that way. That'd be good. Forget the forearms; they're never going to move properly. You can get some of the hand movement, and some of the gestures. But I think the forearms are just a disaster, which is what I was trying to use it for. But maybe if I lower my expectations. That was the one guy has his hand upside. See, look at that. That's just weird. Just really weird. Okay, all right. There it is. Still no real good luck with this stuff.